You shout hello, but I can't hear a word you say. I'm talking loud, not saying much. I'm criticized, but all your
Hey there guys, today I've had a lot of requests, well a lot, like 2 or 3, of people asking for me to make a video on what you need for your guinea pig when you bring them home for the first time. So all the stuff I'm saying, some of it is not necessary, but it is the best for you to have for your guinea pig. So I'll start off. You're obviously going to have your guinea pigs. You'll want to keep them out of the cage while you're putting it up, obviously, but I have one of my guinea pigs there, and the other one's over there. That's Ginger, and that's Devil. He's sleeping. He's being neutered tomorrow, so please wish him luck. I hope everything goes okay, because yeah. Anyways, so what you're going to need is, obviously, you're going to need a cage, unless you want your guinea pigs to free range your house, which will get messy, and if you have other animals, there's no way you could do that. So the best option is a cage. What you need, baby guinea pigs, like maybe one little baby guinea pig, you can get a pet store cage when they're like a couple weeks old, but when they get about a month old, you need to switch to a cage like this. This is called a CNC cage, and it's called a CNC cage because on it has cubes, which are these, and coroplast, which is this basically plastic cardboard, waterproof cardboard. So yeah, you're going to need that, and you're going to need about, the minimum for a guinea pig is 8 square feet, but you want to have the most room you can. So I have my top level, my main floor, and I have this kitchen area. The next thing you're going to need is find a bedding. I like to use fleece and bedding, because I use fleece in my living area because this is where they tend to poop, and it just, it doesn't smell as bad as the fleece, and you don't have to clean it up as much. So I use Carefresh Ultra bedding in there, and then I have some in the litter box. And you can also use fleece, is what I have in here in this kitchen and my upstairs area in there. You're going to need, under it, you're going to need a towel, if you can see that, and fleece. The towel is just an extra layer to absorb the moisture if they pee or poo in the cage. You next move on to like hidey houses and things like that. You're going to need a litter box if you don't want your piggies like pooping all over their cage. I cleaned this about 3 days ago, and it's pretty good because they're pretty much litter box trained, and they do that pretty well. But so you don't have to have a litter box, but it's recommended if you want to clean your cage less. You're also going to need hidey houses. So if you can see that one, that is called a Bigloo, and it's by Super Pet. If I show you the other one I have, you're going to want to have one for each guinea pig, because if they fight, they'll need to get away from each other and have space to roam. So right here, this is Super Pet Big Igloo Hide. There's also Pigloos, which are like 2 times the size of this. And I only have one in at the moment because I want them to have more room to run around. But they do have another hidey house upstairs and in here. So next you're gonna want to have some sort of chew thing. So the chews can be hidey houses, or they can be just like toys or different things. So like this, I have this willow stick chew, and so this is just wood with natural dye that they can chew on, and I just put this in the cage, and they can chew on that and rub down their teeth. And next, you can have like kebabs, like these. They come with these little wood blocks. My pigs don't like to chew on them, but some pigs do, so I keep them there. Anyways. And there's another example of a wood chew. It's a knot nibbler, and it's just kind of like a knot that they can nibble on. And there's also these chewable houses that if your guinea pig's fat, I would not recommend this because it has a lot of vitamin C, and it's made of timothy hay and honey, so it's very fattening, but they can chew on it if you see my guinea pigs chew on it a little bit. So yes. And then you also, I already told you about the cubes and chloroplast, but you're going to need some sort of lining on your floor. Unless you have, like, in your kitchen or something, and you have floors you can use for that, you're going to need some sort of lining so that the pee doesn't soak through to your carpet or whatever you have. The lining can be chloroplast, which I recommend. It can be like rubber mats, or you can actually use shower curtains. So, and the next thing you're going to need is you're going to need some sort of feeders. And you can't just put you can put your hay on the floor, but you can't really put your guinea pig's food on the floor. They'll just go and step all over it. And it's not good to have dirty food that's been pooped in. So I have this Super Pet bin feeder, which I fill it up all the way to the top, and the food lasts about 5 days, but I usually only fill it up so it lasts 2 days, so it doesn't get stale. So, yeah, and you can also have, like this bucket, not bucket, food dish. You two, stop fighting. Sorry. You can also have a food dish like this. I'd recommend, like, not a glass bowl, but like a clay bowl that it won't break if they tip it over, and they can't bite it, so they can't eat it. This is just a plastic one. They don't tip it over very easily because it's very wide on the bottom, but they don't tend to chew on it. Some guinea pigs do, so that's not a good option for some guinea pigs, but some it does. And then you're next going to want a hay feeder. So I have 3 different types of hay feeders with me at the moment. And this hay feeder is by Super Pet. I really do not like this feeder, because when you have your hay in there like this, they try to eat it, and this tips up, and it all falls under to there. And that's the reason I have this towel and everything. I'm ordering a new one because this one, I just hate this feeder. I would not recommend this. But this one over here, I can't remember what brand, but put it right here. So yeah. And so I would absolutely recommend this one. It works really well. They don't get much hay on the floor. It goes inside the cage, so you don't get it all over your floor outside. And I just love it. And they can chew on it because it's wood. So yes, the next hay feeder, I'm kind of partial to this one because it gets hay everywhere. But it does stay inside the cage since it does go in the cage. It's this hay ball by Super Pet. And you open up this door right here. And you put the hay in. And then close it again. And then this is so they can spin it around. But the problem I see is if your hay is too small, it just falls out the bottom, and they can't like reach that, and it gets really messy. But the good thing is, it does attach onto the side of your cage. So you can have it hanging like that, so they can't move it around, and they can still spin it. Or you can just have it sitting on the ground like this. And if you really want to, you can take off the stand and have it as just a ball. They can roll around. I obviously don't like that because that would get hay everywhere. So yes, I would recommend that, but wouldn't recommend it. I'm not sure which one, but yeah. The next thing you're going to need is you're going to need somewhere for the pigs to lay. They don't always want to be, if you have fleece, they usually just lay on that and they're fine. But you're going to want to have some soft place to lay for them because they really like having soft stuff. So I have 2 of these, but one is in the wash right now. This is just a little, you can make these too. All I had to do was get scissors, stuffing, or paper, whatever you want to use, or you can just stuff bedding in it, and then 2 pieces of fleece. And you just tie them together, and that makes a little pig bed that they can easily lay on. Or you can go out and buy one from PetSmart, or wherever you do, and get cuddle cups, which are amazing, because I'm trying to get one right now. So yeah, the types of hay and bedding and food really depend on what your pig likes. My pigs eat, usually they just eat, it's called guinea pig something, but this is doomer food. I don't like that this has all the fruits and stuff in it, but they eat it and they're not fat, so whenever I get to go by the store and get them their normal food, I definitely will. And you'll probably want to have a scoop for the food. And it's a cheaper hay, but it's not really cheap. It's just KT Timothy hay, and my pigs absolutely love it. It's nice and green, and it just works really well. And if you have chloroplast or something like that, you're going to want to have something to clean your cage out. So I just have this cage cleaner and deodorizer. This next stuff doesn't have to do with your cage, but it does have to do with stuff you'll need for your guinea pigs. The stuff that's not necessary when you first come home is really these, like, chewable hidey houses, but it is necessary to have chewable toys. And you can have mineral blocks if you want, but they're not very healthy for them and they're fattening. And you don't have to have the beds when you first get in. And if you have little baby guinea pigs, like when they're really young, you can get a store-bought if you really want to, but this is much cheaper and it's a lot bigger. So yes, but I would recommend getting everything else I'd said. And then this next stuff, I recommend getting, if you have fleece, a dustpan, even if you don't, just for like around, a dustpan and broom, so you can spot clean every day or a few days, whichever you do. And next, you're gonna need, even for short hair guinea pigs, you're gonna need this. You're gonna want to need some sort of brushes that you can do. You're gonna want to need like a soft brush if you really need to. But this is just like a grooming brush that gets it untangles their hair and pulls out all the dander and everything. And then you're gonna need nail clippers because guinea pigs' nails don't stop growing, and if they don't like scratch stuff all the time, they're gonna get really long, and you don't want them to. So you can buy that. And the last few things you'll need is you'll probably want to have a scoop for like scooping out bedding in your cage unless you want to use this. You're then going to need some sort of shampoo for your guinea pigs. The shampoo either needs to be like No More Tears Johnson Baby Shampoo. It can be like kitten shampoo or puppy shampoo if you really need to. But I'd recommend this the most. Or there is guinea pig shampoo out there, but it costs a lot. And this works just as well and has a nice scent to it. And if it's safe for babies, it should be safe for humans. So here's an example of a couple of the chews. They're not wood chews, but they're just like boredom breakers. So like if your guinea pig gets bored, they can start chewing on this. As you can see, mine did. This used to be covered in this stuff, but now they ate most of it. And this is just a Timothy hay carrot, and they love chewing on this. And here's an example of a couple salt licks. You can just put this on your kebab, and they really like it. So, I'm pretty sure that's it. Other than treats. It would be good to have treats, especially if you're training your guinea pig to do something, or they do something you really like, and you need to reward them. So I had these crispy mini honey flavored treat sticks by Wild Harvest. And they're just these, there was 4 in the bag. My guinea pigs already ate 2 of them because they're in love with these. But this is just what they look like. They have corn, sunflower seeds, and oats on them. And those are really good to give your guinea pigs as a small treat once in a while. And next, there's these like they're small handout treats that you can just hand your guinea pigs. Or whenever they're being good, just give your guinea pigs. I would recommend these. These are KT Timothy Bites. Never get, like, the sugary, like, yogurt-covered ones. These, are covered in an orange, some sort of thing. I can't remember what it is, but it's not yogurt. And it is meant for guinea pigs. And it has Timothy hay in the middle. I would not recommend alfalfa hay unless you have baby guinea pigs, older guinea pigs, or pregnant guinea pigs. Because it has a lot of vitamin C, and it's not good for them, and it'll make them really fat. So, if you missed anything, comment below, and I'll add into the video. But I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Comment, rate, and subscribe. Hope to help. Bye.